Unbiased Reveal channel. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Peter.
All right, today we are diving deep, really deep, into the thinking of maybe the sharpest financial mind out there. You know the one.
Uh-huh. The one who told everyone basically, stop chasing quick cash. Get used to the idea that getting rich should be, well, boring.
Exactly. It's not about being some kind of super genius. It's about patience. Yeah. Avoiding dumb moves and not letting your neighbor's flashy new car mess with your head.
We're peeling back the layers on that harsh, witty truth. Why going fast usually means, crashing fast.
Right. But hey, look, before we all embrace the slow, steady, boring path to wealth, for those of you who just have to chase the thrill right now,
Oh, here we go.
we do have the best crypto referral link down in the description. Knock yourselves out. Enjoy the ride.
Okay. But that impatience, that need for speed you just mentioned, that's actually the perfect place to start, isn't it?
It really is. People always ask, how do I get rich quick? And the Munger-esque answer is just brilliant in its, contrarian wisdom.
Yes.
Hold on there. Don't rush. First, figure out how not to be poor. It sounds simple, but wow.
It really lands, doesn't it? Because it gets right to the heart of what we could call the impatience penalty.
The impatience penalty. I like that.
Most people aren't held back by lack of opportunity necessarily. It's impatience. They want the quick win, the instant success, the overnight happiness fix.
Yeah, that dopamine hit from a stock suddenly jumping.
Exactly. But here's the conflict point, the tough truth. Real value, lasting value, it just takes time. You don't become smart overnight. You don't build wealth overnight.
Heck, even bad habits, like you mentioned in the prep, they take years to actually wreck you.
Right. So why do we expect good habits, financial discipline, saving, rational thinking? Why should they give us instant rewards? It doesn't work like that.
And this is where smart people often trip up, isn't it? The sources talk about intelligent people going broke.
Spectacularly broke sometimes. Because they lack that patience, that restraint. They start playing with leverage.
Okay, let's quickly define leverage for everyone. Basically, borrowing money to make bigger bets.
Yeah, using debt to amplify your potential gains. But, and this is the crucial bit, it also amplifies your potential losses massively.
So a smart person, but impatient, gets leverage. What happens?
They gamble. They think their IQ lets them time the market, outsmart the system, pay back the debt easily.
Big mistake.
Huge. Because the key insight here, the really deep point, is that building wealth isn't just technical. It's fundamentally a moral issue, a test.
The moral issue, how so?
It tests your rationality, your self-control, your ability to delay gratification. If you're so impatient you take on crushing debt just because, I don't know, you feel envious, you're failing that test.
So the market is just reflecting our own internal chaos or control. The patient person, they've already won half the battle before they even invest a dollar.
You could definitely say that. They've mastered the psychological side.
Okay, so if speed is the enemy, if impatience is the penalty,
Yeah.
what's the winning strategy for the slow and steady type?
Well, it's almost disappointingly simple, in a way. It's about avoiding stupidity. Radical mistake avoidance.
Right. The source material doesn't claim, genius insights or secret formulas. It's more, I just didn't do too many dumb things.
Exactly. Avoid the big errors, the self-inflicted wounds, and then just let time and compounding do their work.
So he's not really a long-term investor in the way people think. He's more of a chronically patient person.
That's a great way to put it. While everyone else is frantically trading, checking charts, chasing trends, he's just waiting. Say no a lot.
And that waiting, that saying no, that's what enables compounding, which people misunderstand.
Oh, completely. They think it's just about math, like interest on interest. But the sources suggest compounding applies first to us, to our character.
Compounding character, how does that work?
Think about it. You can't compound chaos. You can only compound rationality. If you get slightly better at thinking, slightly better at controlling impulses, slightly better at avoiding mistakes every single day,
Over years, decades.
that difference becomes enormous. It's the gap between just common sense, which frankly is often common panic, and real wisdom. You build internal stability first.
Because our emotions are way more volatile than any stock price.
Way more. That's a key quote, essentially. Control the internal volatility first.
Okay, so stability is the goal, which leads us right into this paradox of boredom. This is explosive, I think.
It really is. Because everything in our culture screams excitement, thrills, quick results.
But true wealth building, according to this philosophy, is watching paint dry or
Yeah.
grass grow. Zero excitement, maybe even negative excitement.
Right. There's that great line, roughly. If your investing makes you feel excited, you're probably doing something wrong.
Huh. That's brutal. It means the best moves are often the non-moves.
Precisely. The hot tip you ignore, the market panic you sit out, the urge to tinker that you resist. The truly great portfolio, the sources suggest, is one so well built, so boringly rational, that nobody even needs to touch it after you're gone.
It's the stability of the person, not the supposed genius of the individual trades.
That's the core of it. Character holds the line.
Okay, speaking of character, let's talk about the things that try to wreck that stability. The internal enemies. First one, arrogance.
Ah, yes. Arrogance. Particularly dangerous for smart people, which is ironic.
Why them specifically?
Because the real enemy of compounding isn't just fees or taxes. It's thinking you're smarter than the game itself, that you figured it out when nobody else has.
Leads to overconfidence.
Absolutely. We see it all the time. The analyst, the trader, they have one or two great calls.
And suddenly they think they're a genius. The Midas touch.
Right. And what's the first thing they often do?
Upgrade everything. Bigger house, faster car, show everyone how smart they are.
And then,
Yeah.
as the source colorfully puts it, they vomit everything out in the next downturn. Because that arrogance led them straight into too much risk, too much leverage.
It proves the rule. Wealth doesn't change people, it just reveals them. Amplifies what was already there. If you were arrogant with a little, you'll be a disaster with a lot.
It makes you think rules are for other people.
Exactly. Fatal flaw. Okay, enemy number 2. This one might be even deeper, more primal. Envy. Jealousy.
Oof. Yeah. Described as an ancient, expensive virus.
And uniquely pointless, right? It's the only sin, the only vice, that offers zero pleasure in return. Think about it.
Huh. That's true. Theft gets you stuff. Gluttony feels good for a bit. Envy just makes you miserable.
It makes you do stupid things financially. You chase trends you don't understand, buy things you can't afford, take on crazy risks.
Why?
Why?
To keep up, to prove you're not falling behind, to show the neighbors or whoever that you're not inadequate.
Exactly. It's all about external comparison, which is a game you can never, ever win.
You can beat poverty, maybe, with discipline. But you can't beat jealousy. There's always someone with more.
Always. So it just makes people accelerate, take shortcuts, cut corners, and inevitably they stumble. While the person focused internally, the boring one,
Just keeps plodding along and ends up way ahead because they weren't playing someone else's game. Precisely. Which leads directly to the third enemy, the one that envy often fuels. Debt. Especially consumer debt, lifestyle debt.
modern poison. The script calls it a gentle trap. Not a punch, but like, it coaxes you into a cage. Slavery in a polite coat.
That's a powerful image, and it's often true, especially for, say, the middle class. Debt can absolutely swallow people whole.
Buying things they don't need with money they don't have to impress people they don't like.
Something like that. But it's deeper, too. Confusing access to credit with actual wealth or freedom. Buying status symbols, maintaining an image.
And who do they end up working for?
The bank.
Yeah.
Not themselves, not their future, not their family. Their future time and energy is already spent servicing the debt taken on for yesterday's vanity.
So the antidote isn't necessarily like extreme deprivation.
No, the sources frame it as discipline. Frugality isn't about being stingy or miserable. It's about refusing to waste your limited life energy on pointless status games.
Like the famous Buffett example, still living in the same house?
Exactly. It's not about the amount of money. It's about the psychological freedom that comes from resisting unnecessary spending. That is true wealth. Controlling your impulses.
If you need debt to project success, you've already failed the character test. You've traded tomorrow for today's ego boost.
Well put. You've surrendered your future options.
Okay, so we strip away the need for speed, we fight off arrogance, envy, debt. Where does real lasting security actually come from? It can't just be a good job or a bull market, right? Those things change.
Absolutely not. Those are external. They're fragile. True financial security, the kind that lasts, it doesn't live in the market or your paycheck. It lives in your head.
In your head, meaning?
Your rationality, your self-discipline, your psychological resilience when things inevitably get tough. The goal isn't certainty. You can't have certainty. The goal is anti-fragility.
Anti-fragility. Okay, we hear that term. Unpack it a bit in this context.
Certainty is brittle. It breaks when the unexpected happens. Anti-fragility means you don't just survive shocks, market crashes, job losses, inflation. You actually get stronger relative to others.
How?
Because your house is built stronger. Low debt, high patience, rational mindset. When the storm hits, the over-leveraged, impatient people get wiped out. The anti-fragile person, maybe they take a hit, but they're positioned to potentially benefit from the ensuing chaos or opportunities. You can't control the storm.
But you can build a damn strong house. Your internal system, your character, is built to withstand, even thrive on, volatility.
That's the essence of it.
Makes total sense. And this brings us to maybe the final, ultimate test. Getting rich. That's not the end.
No, not at all. It's the start of a new, possibly harder test.
Which is?
Staying rational, staying humble, maintaining restraint when you have wealth, being frugal when you're poor. Often that's just necessity.
Right. But being frugal, or at least disciplined when you could buy anything, that's a choice. That shows real character.
That's the master level. Because there's a paradox of freedom, isn't there? The more you own, in some ways, the more you are owned by your possessions.
Bigger house, more worries, higher status, less freedom to be spontaneous, more bindings.
Exactly. So the most reliable, stable way to build and keep wealth, let other people chase the excitement, make the flashy mistakes. You just focus on being well.
Boring. Relentlessly, consistently, unexcitingly boring.
And let time become your superpower, not your enemy.
Okay, let's wrap this deep dive up. The core message seems incredibly clear. Wealth isn't really an IQ test.
No, it's a patience test, a character test. Deep down, it's about slow, boring, rational choices.
And aggressively avoiding the big mistakes driven by stupidity, envy, and debt.
Couldn't say it better.
So our golden sentences for today, the ones to really stick in your mind. First, wealth belongs to the patient, not the clever.
That's good. And second, avoiding stupidity is more important than cleverness.
Love that one. Okay, so the open question we want to leave you with, something to chew on.
What's the hardest luxury for you to resist? Is it the lure of speed, getting rich quick? Is it that corrosive envy, watching others? Or is it the easy temptation of debt?
And related to that, how long can you really tolerate boredom in your own financial life, in your portfolio? Think about that internal battle.
Really think about it.
And while you're thinking, remember, we still have that best crypto referral link waiting for you in the description. Just saying.
Welcome to subscribe to my channel and like this podcast so that I can continue to make more podcasts